Did you know there's a conspiracy theory about conspiracy theories? Based on a 1967 CIA document named Countering Criticism of the Warren Report, this CIA document is the purported evidence that the government popularized the term conspiracy theory/theorist. The Warren Report itself is referring to a 1964 report of the investigation into the JFK assassination. So, did the CIA coin or popularize the term conspiracy theory or conspiracy theorist? If you check out Countering Criticism of the Warren Report document, there's no mention of the CIA wanting to weaponize or use the term conspiracy theory or conspiracy theorist to shut down criticism. The only time they talk about conspiracy theory is actually in the plural conspiracy theories and conspiracy theorists. It is quoted in the third paragraph. Conspiracy theories have frequently thrown suspicion on our organization. For example, by falsely alleging that Lee Harvey Oswald worked for us. The aim of this dispatch is to provide material for countering and discrediting the claims of the conspiracy theorists, so as to inhibit the circulation of such claims in other countries. Although, to be fair, the document does suggest strategies to refute criticism of the Warren Report, it does not, however, in any way, directly or indirectly, suggest to use conspiracy theory or conspiracy theorists this way. So if the CIA did not come up with or define the term, where did it come from? According to Encyclopedia Britannica, a conspiracy theory is defined as an attempt to explain harmful or tragic events as a result of the actions of a small, powerful group. Such explanations reject the accepted narrative surrounding those events. The earliest documented use of conspiracy theory was by American author Charles Astor Bristed in a letter to the editor published by the New York Times on January 11, 1863. His use of the term was refuting the allegation that British aristocrats were profiting off the vulnerability of the United States during the American Civil War. Later, the Journal of Mental Science, Volume 16, Number 13, in April 1870, the term conspiracy theory is referred to activist and novelist Charles Reade, accusing private asylums of abuse. The term conspiracy theory is used negatively again, which is documented in the magazine The Path Vol4 in 1889. The London Psychic Research Society is calling out a fraud based on good evidence, and The Path, which functions as a cult-like magazine for occultists, are using the term conspiracy theory to denounce this. Ironically, total lunatics are the ones weaponizing the term. And if that's not good enough, I'd searched newspapers, and I found hundreds of results, if not thousands, that predate November 22, 1963. Here's an example of a newspaper mulling over the idea of conspiracy theory about an assassination in 1935. There are also more examples of conspiracy theory being used in a neutral sense. A conspiracy is, after all, an agreement between two or more persons to commit an unlawful act or to accomplish a lawful end by unlawful means. And since a conspiracy is considered a crime when reporting on theories of crimes in the media, the term conspiracy theory enters into the lexicon of the public. But I'll do you one better. During my research, I discovered the conspiracy theory about conspiracy theories isn't even original. Dated July 5th, 1881, the St. Louis Globe-Democrat has a section of an article referring to the shooting of President James Garfield. In it, the title of the paragraph, "The Conspiracy Theory," in quotes. The Associated Press and a number of newspapers have invented the above phrase and applied it to the tragedy at Washington. So not only does conspiracy theory not hold up, it's not even original. And if that's not enough evidence for you, I have plenty more of examples that we're all more familiar with. Here's an article from 1959 discussing a book about a conspiracy theory regarding the Lincoln assassination. Here's an article in 1933 discussing a plan to rig sports games associated with the Kansas City Blues, a minor league baseball team. Here's an article from 1937 talking about a conspiracy theory by big business to make President FDR look poorly from a then economic downturn. Here's an article from 1961 referring to a conspiracy theory about gas price fixing. Here's an article from 1961 referring to a conspiracy theory about international communists' plan to take over the world. It accuses the American press of regurgitating Cuban propaganda. Here's a conspiracy theory from 1956 about labor holding a monopoly over free markets. Here's a Catholic journal from 1962 referring to the absurdity of conspiracy theories about Freemasons, communists, Jews, international finance, and one world government. Here's another conspiracy theory about communism in 1963. The conspiracy theory talks about proof of communist conspirators in schools, textbooks, and psychiatry. This general conspiracy theory, named the conspiracy theory of history, keeps coming up in these news pieces, and it refers to the general idea that every problem experienced by a country is the result of evil plots and treason executed by powerful businessmen, the CIA, and/or secret communists. But what about people who are inquiring about the result of a conclusion that seems shaky? Well, you start with a question, but if the answer leads you elsewhere, you should refine your hypothesis like a scientist does. But this is what conspiracy theorists rarely do. They hold on to their theories like faith. Conspiracy beliefs are positively correlated with traits of narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy. Essentially, conspiracy theorists are projecting their own behavior onto the accused conspirators in whatever theory they hold. They don't like what they see, so they assert their own worldview onto others. Now, I don't think necessarily believing in a conspiracy theory means you hold those dark triad traits. It's just saying that you are more likely to have those traits. And I think honest ignorance and then separately mental health issues can explain other reasons why someone might believe in a conspiracy theory. On the other hand, there's been plenty of violence as a result of conspiracy theories. So, we're not letting them off the hook. There are some people who don't like the label at all, but it absolutely does have value, because the implication is if the government made up the term conspiracy theory, then that means from the beginning the term had been tainted and it has no value, which is not true. Conspiracy theorists will complain that they say the term is negative or pejorative, but they are the ones coming up and spreading insane theories. Of course, when the theories have been not proven millions of times, and they also happen to be about groups of people who have historically been persecuted for centuries, of course it's eventually going to carry a negative connotation. So no, the CIA did not popularize or invent conspiracy theory, and the term has practical use today. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, remember to hit the like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel.